Hey everybody, it's Bagel here, and I wanted to bring you a recap of our recent friendly war versus CroLegion. So Reddit Elephino can officially say that they beat last season's NDL semi-pro champions, but this war, small disclaimer, we kind of messed up the start time, so we started at a really awkward time. Both sides had a couple swagged hits that obviously we didn't get to make, a couple 11s, couple 10s, couple 9s. But there were just so many good attacks that I had to show you. So we're going to take a look over here first at a Town Hall 9. This one is by the Natural. I have made a video on him before. He got a, he got a 9v9 12 pack in one of our wars last season. So here he is this season bringing another awesome strategy. So it's kind of interesting. I haven't seen it very often before, but basically what it is, he has a massive kill squad made up of 3 golems, a lot of wizards, and bowlers in his clan castle. And what he wants to do is carve out the center of the base. He just wants to dive in there, get as much as he can. And then he has a queen walk down here. She started over at 3 o'clock. She's going to walk down to the 6 o'clock, and she's just going to keep walking around the base. So while his golems and his wizards are dealing with everything in the middle, his queen's just going to be picking off those defenses on the outside. So as you can see, he gets a huge funnel right there, and his bowlers are going to come in. A couple of them are going to walk, but enough of them get inside that it's not a big deal. But as you can see, there's not really that much DPS in the core here. There's a couple wizard towers, doesn't hurt the golem too much. There's the queen that the king just is going to walk right up, smack her in the face. And then he's got a golem that's going to walk on the outside around here with a couple wizards, and then the bowlers that did walk, that ended up working out just fine for him. But the queen down here, she can reach all of these important defenses, that air defense for her healers, the expo, the cannon, these archer towers over here. The Teslas are up here are being dealt with by the wizard and the golem, but that base is just completely destroyed. So I thought it was a really neat attack to watch, not kind of the typical attack that we see. So I deemed it worthy of a highlight right here. But the next couple attacks I'm going to show you, we ended up getting 4 10v10's in this war. And they were all a different strategy. So I'm so excited to show you guys. So we're going to scroll right up here to number 14. Alright, so this one was done by Fief. I'm not sure if you guys know Fief, but Fief, who actually had a really great queen charge down here. So as you can see, he's using a couple minions, and these minions are mostly to help with the queen pathing, because he wants to charge her in down here at the bottom where all of the air defense are. As you can see, he's taking dragons in his army camps. So he wants to deal with those air defense as best he can, and he kind of found that while he's dealing with the air defense, he can actually pick off an Inferno Tower, which helps immensely as well. So we're just going to watch how the queen kind of walks around here. It was a little bit worrisome. She might have gone up to that mortar, but she does end up stepping down. She's just going to hook around this 6 o'clock corner over here, and then he's going to do his best to break on this cannon when it starts targeting the queen. So there goes one test wall breaker, just to test for those bombs. He did find one, and then he sets down the rest of his wall breakers, like a pro. Alright, so she breaks in, and you can kind of see her path. She's just going to walk up here, take out this Inferno Tower, and go for that other air defense. So you're thinking, wow, okay, great. 3 air defense on the opener, on the queen charge. That's perfect. And so you might think, well, let's go in. Let's see kind of if we need some back-end loons. No, his queen's actually going to be really smart, and she is going to beat on this wall right here, which means she can access that last air defense. This means that he doesn't need to take a hound at all, or he doesn't have to kind of send in those balloons on the back end to deal with that, so he can just send everything at the base at the same time. So you can see in his clan castle, he brought a max dragon. It's blending in with the dragons over there. And then the loons can just go straight through with the dragons, working with them, taking out the defenses, soaking up any black bombs that are inside the base. And then the king is on the outside over here, trying to keep the dragons inside. The queen did eventually go down, but at this point it doesn't really matter. So the king on that side meant to keep the funnel, or meant to make the funnel, keep the dragons inside the base. One did stray out, but it didn't affect it at all. He has so many dragons left up. So that was a great plan, great queen charge, great attack, good execution. Execution is a big part of these plans working. You can be the best planner in the world, but if you can't execute, it doesn't really matter. All right, so the next one here, this one is another 3-star by Roris, who totally was not Fief attacking. It was definitely Roris, his own plan, his own execution, not Fief at all. All right, so this one is another queen charge, but this time he is going to use a Lalo. So he puts the queen at the 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1:30 area with the healers on her. She's already under a lot of fire, so he has to be very careful. But he's going to set his king down to funnel the queen. He wants to break the queen into the base. So he drops the rage, drops the wall breakers just to get them into the walls as fast as possible. Make sure they get in there and breaks. So nothing kills a raid like a wall breaker fail. But from this compartment that she broke into, she can access 2 air defense, the queen, a sweeper, but that's not enough. He wants more. So he sends more wall breakers in. She's going to deal with the queen first, a sweeper, then the clan castle, golem loon, always really annoying to deal with. But he drops that poison, takes out the balloon, and then he sends in a wizard to kind of help out. But at this point, the golem's already basically dead. The king, meanwhile, is doing some work down here, clearing out some trash buildings with a wizard. But the queen has to step up and take care of the defending king now. Again, slows down a raid, so he's like, oh man, we really gotta start. My queen's gonna still be working, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the Lalo. He drops the hound in from, well, at the 6 o'clock area with the Lalo, so it's gonna move clockwise around the base. And while the Lalo is moving, the queen is still working in the other direction, so they're kind of gonna be working together here. She's got her ability that she's gonna pop, and then she should be able to deal with the back end Inferno Tower. So while the loons take out this front end Inferno Tower, he drops a heal because once both of those Inferno Towers are done, well, he saw that both Inferno Towers were going down, so it was safe to drop the heal. And then from here, it was just cleanup. He's got a lot of balloons left, just 1 wizard tower, and the wizard tower did manage to take out the pack of loons that were with the hound, but he had enough left up that it didn't really matter. And even now, that those pups and minions took out that last archer tower, and this is a great loon split that he's going to have here. Oh wait, not this attack. Whoops. That's fine, but he had plenty up to clean up the rest of the base. A hound, a bunch of loons, a bunch of pups, a bunch of minions. The king was even getting in there. So, a great attack from Roris and not Fief. Alright, so our next 10v10 right here is by Jeffy. I'm not going to say that name because it's silly. But Jeffy here doing another Lalo, but this time it's not incorporating a queen charge, it is incorporating a small kill squad. So he is dropping his heroes here at the 12 o'clock with a couple giants, a couple wizards, breaking them in to get those 2 air defense. So the king his job is basically to funnel. He needs to get the buildings down so that the queen goes into the base. And by small kill squad, I mean it's basically a suicide Lalo. So the queen is locked onto the king right here, but he goes ahead and drops the poison on that defending queen in case she does want to step up while the queen is distracted. Not too bad, so queen just deals with that defending queen, pops the ability because the hound is coming out and he wants to get as much value out of that queen before the hound comes over and just distracts her. So at this point, he's gotten what he's wanted with his heroes, his mini kill squad, and he starts dropping his Lalo. So they are coming in from the north side, going to go clockwise around the base. He's carved out a good little chunk of the base so that they can all move together. He's put his supporting Lalo, or his supporting hound and loons at the 6 o'clock so that the balloons coming in from the northeast can stay inside the base and work on those priority buildings, the Inferno Tower, the Expo, the sweeper on the other side, the air defense, and they're just all going so well through the base. Great split. He had his balloons on like 4 different defenses right there, and it was just amazing. And this is the most beautiful loon split. They go 3 different ways. Just great. And there are so many balloons, so many pups, so many minions again. So great execution, great plan there from Jeffy. I'm going to speed up this cleanup just because it is balloons flying around the base. Not all that exciting. And the last attack we have here is yet another strategy, completely different. We're going away from the air and we're getting into the ground. Right here by Alejandro, who is none other than the Grande Inator. So Grundy, everyone knows his Town Hall 9 attack, but this is his Town Hall 10 attack. So he does these queen charge minor attacks, and I think most wars that I see him in, he does get a 10v10. He's insane. Insane. All right, so as you can see, the queen's starting over here in the 9 o'clock corner. He's dropped a baby dragon to kind of help her funnel get going where she needs to go. He's dropped a wizard at the top, a couple archers around just to pick off some annoying buildings because miners do tend to get distracted sometimes. And just watch these super fair play wall breakers right here. So he rages them in. They break this one compartment, a really good compartment or a really good part because it opens up 2 compartments there. He sends in some more wall breakers right here. He just sends in the rest of his wall breakers, drops a rage, they break 1 layer, and they get in and they break another layer before they die. So it's just, that was all planned, 100% planned, trust me. So while the queen's dealing with the hound, he drops a baby dragon up here on the dark elixir drill. He drops his king on the kind of 1 o'clock area to make a funnel so that his miners can go straight into the base. So queen is over here still working on the pups, used both rages. He's just got 2 heals and a poison left. So the miners are coming in on the town hall, securing that town hall because we really needed 2 stars because it was an NDL war. So the miners are coming in. Queen's still working. She still has her ability. King just pops his ability outside the base. And by doing this, he ensures that the miners won't kind of stray out to the trash buildings on the outside and get picked off by the Inferno Tower. So he drops a heal on the Inferno Tower. There are a couple skellies in there doing some distraction, but the queen stepped up to help out a little bit. Again, she pops her ability right there. Had it until that point. She's going to step up, try to deal with this Inferno Tower. She was hitting a couple skeletons, but she deals with the Inferno Tower. The miners on the top side dealt with that Inferno Tower. So it's just a couple cannons, a bomb tower left. There is a troll Tesla out here. Obviously it doesn't matter. We know it's a 3-star, but basically just the spread on these miners was really nice. Queen still being up kind of ensured that it was going to be a little bit overkill here, but it was, again, a nice attack. Really exciting going into this next season. Getting 4 10v10's in a war like this with all different attack strategies is just, it's something exciting to see as a clan, so I can't wait to show you guys what is coming up in the next season. I'll hopefully be making a lot more recap videos, a lot more videos in general. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe on the video, subscribe to my channel. Don't subscribe to the video. Subscribe to my channel. And also follow me on Twitter because you'll be the first to know, up there in the corner, you'll be the first to know when I do make a video. I'll tweet them all out. Alright, so thank you so much again for tuning in for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!